The emergency session was called by Tbilisi after Moscow pledged closer ties with two Georgian breakaway republics. In an official statement, Great Britain, France, Germany and the US urged the Kremlin to retract its decision. But the Russian delegation says it was not informed of the request. Another point of contention in Georgia's claim that Russia shot down a spy drone over its breakaway region of Abkhazia, an accusation which Moscow denies. Our correspondent Manuel Patna reports from New York.
Happily welcome them back.
Georgia's delegation addressed the Security Council of 15 members Wednesday, but accusations remain directed towards one party.
By this move, Russia poses an open threat to Georgia's statehood and sovereignty, undermines wider regional stability. Taking such decision, Russia crossed the red line and completely discredited itself as a facilitator of the conflict settlement.
Georgia says one of its unmanned surveillance drones was shot down by a Russian fighter jet. The incident allegedly happened Sunday as the Georgian aircraft flew over Abkhazia. The Abkhazian Air Force claimed responsibility for shooting down the Georgian aircraft over its territory. Tbilisi at first denied losing the spy plane, but then it accused Russia of shooting it down. Georgia's defense ministry later released a video claiming it shows a Russian plane firing a missile at the drone, a video yet to be verified. The Russian Air Force has denied the allegations, and the country's ambassador to the United Nations says Georgia's drone flight over Abkhazian territory is a breach of UN ceasefire agreement.
It was an inadmissible act, the sending of that drone across the security zone of the conflict area. It is in contravention of the Moscow agreements of 1994, and the resolution which again was adopted by the Security Council just days ago, and the previous resolutions of the Security Council, which essentially effectively prohibits unannounced, undeclared military activity. It was a provocative military operation which the Abkhazian side had every ground to regard as threatening.
Georgia is also accusing Russia of undermining its sovereignty and territorial integrity. This comes after Russia announced plans last week to strengthen ties with Abkhazia and South Ossetia, two conflict zones which have maintained de facto independence since the early 1990s. Russia says the people living in the areas are in need of greater assistance.
It is something which is based on the need to break out of the logjam of economic backwardness and social lack of protection for the people living in those areas. As you know, many of them are Russian citizens, so we have an additional responsibility for that.
Tbilisi accuses Moscow of attempting to annex the breakaway regions. Many European and Western governments share a similar view and have called on Russia to rethink its position. Russia maintains any steps taken with South Ossetia or Abkhazia are in line with international law, and has even offered to carry out plans with Georgia. But as relations between the countries remain tense, a productive partnership, like diplomacy, will take time. Marina Portnaya, Russia Today, New York.